Welcome to this deep dive. We're really trying to cut through all the noise today and tackle that one big question you always hear, right? Can you, an ordinary person, realistically make $100 a day with affiliate marketing? I mean, it sounds a bit like, guru fantasy land sometimes, pure passive income, low effort. But honestly, the stuff we've looked at suggests this goal, maybe $36,000 a year, is actually achievable, even without a huge budget or super advanced tech skills.
It absolutely is
That's
achievable.
very
Yeah, but
achievable.
let's frame it properly right from the start. While $100 a day, great goal, totally. But it needs, well, a significant amount of conversion optimization. Think about it. If you're pushing a product with a, say, $10 commission, that's 10 sales every single day. But if you pivot, maybe go for a higher ticket item paying $100, you just need one sale a day. See the difference? What we're seeing is success isn't just about getting loads of traffic. It's more about picking the right strategy, the right product, and then just relentless consistency. Patience, really, that's the hidden investment here.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So we're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping for clicks. It's about strategic selling. Okay, so let's unpack why people are so drawn to this model. Why is it seen as doable for someone just starting out? That low barrier to entry line gets thrown around a lot. What does it actually mean in practical terms?
Well, it means you get to skip all the massive logistical nightmares that sink most traditional startups, right? You save so much time and capital because you're not creating a product from scratch. You don't manage inventory. You don't handle customer returns. You don't deal with shipping logistics. The person who owns the product, they handle all that, all the heavy lifting. So for the affiliate, the focus shifts entirely. It's just about one thing, connecting the right buyer to the right solution.
And the opportunity cost is pretty low too, right? You're not locked into expensive contracts or anything. I know a lot of people looking into this worry about the tools. Like, do I need to spend $500 a month on software just to even compete?
No, definitely not. Especially not when you're just beginning. There are tons of free tools out there, low-cost ones too, for analytics, SEO research, basic content creation. They're all available. The really critical investment, particularly at the start, it isn't money, it's time. Time spent crafting high-quality content that actually targets the right people. So, yeah, low-cost barrier, but the time commitment, that's what's real.
Okay, that flows right into the biggest promise, doesn't it? Automated income, build the system once, and it just runs itself. We've all heard earn while you sleep. But here's where it gets really powerful for scaling up. Recurring commissions. Tell me about that.
Recurring revenue. That is the ultimate game changer, especially if you're aiming for that $100 a day mark. If you promote something subscription-based, think like software as a service, SaaS tools, maybe online courses, even some high-end memberships. A single conversion, just one sign-up, can turn into a revenue stream that lasts for months, maybe even years. Think about it. A $20 recurring monthly commission, if it's consistent, that's way more valuable long-term than a one-off $50 payout. Okay, but let me push back on that a little. If those SaaS niches are so profitable, aren't they incredibly crowded? Is a beginner really going to break into that market, competing against, established players who dominate search results for best CRM software?
That's a fair point. And yeah, trying to compete head-on for huge terms like best CRM, that's probably not the best idea for a beginner. It's tough. But that's where smart strategy comes in. You don't need brute force. The beauty of the internet is its massive global reach,
Yeah.
right? And how specific you can get with micro niches. You can target specific locations or certain industries or go after really long specific keyword phrases. Plus, you've got sales potential 24/7 across every time zone. London, New York, Tokyo, doesn't matter.
Okay, so you find your little corner of the market. Right. Let's shift then from is it possible to how do we do it?
Right.
If someone listening wants to hit that $100 a day goal, what are the absolute first non-negotiable steps, like concrete actions?
Step one, without a doubt, is niche selection and validation. This is the engine of the whole thing. Don't just chase big commission numbers because they look shiny on paper. That's a mistake. You absolutely have to find what they call a hot niche. Somewhere with high demand, yes, but crucially, where people are actively looking to buy solutions right now. We call that buyer intent.
Okay, buyer intent. How do we actually find that? It sounds good, but how do you, verify it? How do you vet a niche?
You start by looking for urgency. Use simple tools like Google Trends or even just the search suggestions in Google. Are people typing in questions like how to fix X problem immediately or best alternative to Y software now? You want to zero in on real pain points. Things like weight loss just before a wedding, maybe urgent financial advice, or solving a specific business bottleneck. Some profitable niches that keep coming up are Finance waters, especially things like investment tools, they have high commissions. SaaS and marketing software, again, high demand, recurring commissions, good combo.
Right.
And certain tech areas where things are always changing, always innovating, these are problems people always need solutions for. Evergreen stuff.
Right, evergreen. Okay, so you've nailed the niche, you've found a product, high conversion, maybe recurring revenue, like you said. Then the spotlight shifts immediately to content, right? You can't just slap up a product description and hope for the best. What does high converting content actually look like? What are we making?
Content is how you build trust. And trust, that's what gets people to click and buy. It's the converter. So the best performing types, usually detailed long-form reviews. Comparison guides are great too. But here's the key tactical bit. A really high converting review focuses, say, 80% on the reader's problem, their pain point, and only maybe 20% on the solution, which is the product you're promoting.
Oh, interesting distinction. So it's about validating their struggle first before you swoop in with the answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got to use storytelling. Use social proof. Don't just list product features like a robot. Tell a story. Who is this product really for? How did it specifically help someone with that struggle? Put in comparison charts maybe. Use frameworks like AIDA attention, interest, desire, action. Embed testimonials, case studies right into the article. Your goal isn't just to sell, it's to provide the absolute best, most helpful guide on the internet for that specific problem.
Okay, so the content becomes a trusted resource, not just a sales page. Got it. Now, traffic. Because the best review in the world is useless if no one reads it. How should a beginner approach getting eyeballs on that amazing content they just wrote?
Right, traffic. You basically have two main paths, free traffic and paid traffic. And they're quite different. Free traffic, that's the long game. It involves solid SEO, search engine optimization, to get your reviews ranking in Google. It means consistent effort on social media, engaging with people, and building that super important email list, the big plus. It's sustainable. Once it works, it keeps working. The downside, it takes time. A lot of time sometimes. You might be looking at 6, maybe even 12 months before you see really significant results from SEO, especially building up domain authority.
6 to 12 months. Okay, patience is key there. What's the alternative? Paid ads?
Paid traffic, yeah. It's like running Google ads or maybe targeted Facebook ads. The advantage here is speed. You get instant feedback. You know right away if your page is converting, if your offer works, and you can scale it fast. The advice we consistently see is pretty clear. Start with free traffic methods first. Validate your niche. Make sure your content actually converts. Then once you start making some money, reinvest those profits carefully into optimized paid ad campaigns. That's how you scale it quickly.
Scaling, that feels like the real separator, doesn't it? Making $10 a day is one thing, but getting to $100 consistently, that needs a different approach. What are the key things the KPIs a beginner should laser focus on to actually scale?
You really focus on two main levers. First, conversion rate optimization, usually called CRO. This means you're constantly testing things on your page. Split testing headlines, calls to action, button colors, layouts, small tweaks. But even a tiny increase in conversion rate, say from 1% to 2%, that literally doubles your income without needing a single extra visitor.
Yeah.
Huge impact. Second lever, promoting higher ticket products. Why work just as hard to earn a $10 commission when you could partner with, say, a specialized software company that pays $500 for each new customer? Scaling often means deliberately looking for those programs offering much higher commissions.
Okay, so we've laid out the roadmap. Validate the niche, create deep, trustworthy content, drive traffic smartly, and then optimize and scale. It sounds pretty logical when you lay it out like that, yet we know the reality can be harsh. Let's connect this back to the big picture. If the blueprint seems clear, why do so many people try affiliate marketing and just fail?
Yeah, this is where we need that reality check. Affiliate marketing. It's definitely a high-risk, high-reward kind of space. The number that jumps out from the sources is pretty stark. Something like 95% of affiliate marketers fail. It's brutal. The biggest external factors. Fierce competition, definitely. And market saturation in popular niches. It's crowded.
Wow, 95%. That's a sobering statistic. But what about the reasons people can control? What's the main behavioral thing that trips people up?
The number one killer. It's impatience. Almost always. Tied directly to having completely unrealistic expectations. People launch a website, maybe they publish 5 articles, and they genuinely expect significant income in, like, 90 days. When that inevitably doesn't happen, they get discouraged, they quit. But the data shows it's a long game. Affiliates with 3 or more years under their belt, they earn almost 10 times more than the newbies. Success means letting your content kind of bake. Giving Google time to find it, trust your site, build that authority. It just takes time.
Impatience kills. Got it. Beyond that, what are some other common, like, fatal mistakes that stop people, especially those trying the free organic traffic route?
Oh, definitely ignoring fundamental SEO basics. And I don't just mean stuffing keywords in. We're talking technical stuff too. Like having a slow website, especially on mobile phones, that's a killer. Or if your content is just boring or thin or not easy to read, like huge blocks of text, no images, terrible mobile experience, Google sees people bouncing right off your page and boom, you get penalized. Readability and user experience matter a lot.
And what about mistakes related to the actual products they choose to promote? Ethics, maybe?
That's a huge one. Promoting blindly, just chasing the biggest commission check without actually using or even understanding the product you're recommending. That destroys your credibility with your audience. And trust. Well, trust is the only real asset you have in this game. Once that trust is broken, your conversions will just dry up permanently.
Okay, and let's say a marketer does manage to build some traffic, but they put all their eggs in one basket, like only focusing on one platform.
Oh, that's just asking for trouble. Income volatility waiting to happen. If you rely solely on, say, TikTok traffic or Facebook groups or even just Google search rankings, you are completely vulnerable.
Yeah.
Those platforms change their algorithms all the time, sometimes without warning. If they make a shift, poof. Your income can literally vanish overnight. That's why you see it stressed over and over again. Building an email list, it's a direct communication channel you own and control. It's probably the single most important strategy for long-term income stability and for scaling effectively, too.
It really sounds like avoiding that 95% failure rate isn't about some secret hack or even just working harder necessarily. It's about working smarter, being strategic, and just embracing that long, sometimes slow grind of building something valuable and sustainable, like evergreen content and your own traffic sources.
Precisely, yeah. If you're always chasing the latest temporary trend, guess what? Your income will likely be temporary, too. But if you invest the time up front to create really robust, helpful, evergreen content that solves problems people always have, then that content can keep generating traffic and potentially income for months or even years, often with very little ongoing effort. That's the real passive income dream.
Okay, that feels like a good place to wrap up this deep dive on hitting $100 a day. So the core finding seems to be, yes, it's realistic, definitely possible, but it demands strategic niche selection, really focusing on those urgent problems, plus a healthy dose of patience. And crucially, avoiding those big pitfalls like ignoring SEO, not building your own audience list, and, well, giving up too soon.
Absolutely. And it's worth remembering, too, whether you hit that exact $100 a day goal right away or it takes longer. The actual process of doing affiliate marketing forces you to learn incredibly valuable business skills. Things like audience building, really understanding what consumers want, creating content that converts, technical optimization. These are foundational.
So what's the bigger takeaway here? What does this all really mean? I think the sources suggest that the ultimate power of affiliate marketing might not even be the commission check itself. It's using all those skills you just mastered, understanding demand, building an audience to eventually create your own thing, your own brand, your own company. You basically learn exactly what people are desperate to buy, and then you're perfectly positioned to build the better solution they actually need. Seeing affiliate income as like R&D for your future business, that feels like the real path to long-term wealth.
That's a really powerful way to look at it.
Yeah.
It shifts the perspective beyond just earning commissions for someone else. It provides a clear path towards, well, real entrepreneurial independence.
Well, thank you for tuning into this deep dive, everyone. Hopefully you can take some of these strategic steps, really vet your niche for that urgency we talked about, and start building that sustainable income stream. We'll catch you next time.